think you all know that I spent my birthday actually at the Salamander in August, which was really lovely. And it's in Middleburg. If you're not sure where Middleburg is, it's only 2 hours away. We don't have a lot of luxury or really nice hotel or resort options in Virginia, I feel. And so it's been especially popular. Doug was just talking about the fact that so many people are, you know, traveling and driving now. And then, you know, their occupancy has been really great, which I'm glad for that sector of, you know, hospitality. But it was just a really lovely, easy getaway. If you want to take a dog, I have to say it's probably one of the most dog friendly resorts. I actually sent some clients there with their dogs. I don't know if you, Doug, had a chance to meet them, Joe and Alan, when they were there, but they took their 2 dogs and they really do an amazing job to make them feel special. The restaurant is great. They have a new chef now, but it's really lovely. It's a destination-based resort. You can go and spend 2 or 3 days to just reboot. You can certainly stay for a longer period of time. They have a beautiful spa. It very much, I feel like, is a destination resort because there's so much to do like on campus, but it's a short, beautiful driveway walk right into Middleburg, into the little village where there's like restaurants and shops. And then it's just surrounded by wineries, which I did not go to, so I'll have to go back. But, you know, lots of beautiful, you know, it's just beautiful countryside, equestrian, so much history in that area. So it was really beautiful. And it was, I've never been to Loudoun County or that part of Loudoun County. So it was really beautiful and picturesque. And if you're into horses, definitely, you know,
Yeah.
you can just go down and walk around the barn, but they have the culinary garden, which you can stroll around in. They have a zip line. So there's more than enough to do. And I know all of you ladies want to do the zip line. So I'm just saying. So if you have any questions, you know, feel free to reach out to me. I think you all have my email address, but I'm going to hand it over to Marlena because she's going to talk a little bit about a couple of favorite road trip items that she likes to travel with. And she also wants to just show you our website.
Wanted to highlight a few things because as we go on a lot of these trips, people have tended to switch to that sort of road trip style, and wanted to show you some of the options we have in the shop and how to shop online. So, excuse me. Hopefully you can all see my screen, which is basically our new Shopify online site, which is pretty exciting. And right here, you'll see right at the top, Lindsay's done such a good job as always, just like she does in the store, of curating the collections online. Click onto the road trip must-haves, and it basically goes through some of the items. You know, yes, you have your ways to go pee when you're on the road, and show off some of those highlights. This is actually one of the items that I am choosing to show, and I will stop sharing, and actually I think you can see it a little better. Am I on the big screen when I talk? But this blanket scarf, I was actually thinking when you were telling us about the film festival earlier, Doug, that you're going to be outside and in those igloos. This is the perfect thing because it's this, you know, beautiful scarf in the one way, but it actually becomes a full body blanket as well. I use it in the car because my husband likes it to be cold so he can stay alert when he's driving, and I'm always a different temperature. So I set up in the car, I put on my little mask so I don't see the car's lights flashing by, and I get my full-on Z's, especially when I add in my pillow. I'm like a little bed, I'm like a stationary bed. The Cabo pillow attaches directly to the seat. So it even kind of holds me up when I start to fall and drool and do my complete sleep cycle. And then I have a few other things that I just, anybody who's done my packing demos knows that I just always have, and that's peppermint oil. Helps with car sickness, helps with nausea, helps if I've eaten something that just didn't agree with me, even helps if I just gorged and ate too much, putting a few drops in. We also sell the little USB diffuser. So you can put a little bit, and this just plugs into any USB port. So if if you're behind a smelly truck and it's just not gonna, on those tiny Middleburg roads, it helps clear the air. It's just useful for a lot of things to go through. And then this is a new product that we just started carrying, and I actually was our Peace Frogs tester. And I really do like it. It's called the Careful Key, and it basically kind of helps you avoid touching anything right now. Great for elevator buttons and you're going in through the hotel, not having to touch, opening doors, using it for keypads when you're paying for things.
Can you hold it up a little bit more, Marlena, just so we can
Can
see
you
it?
see me? I can't see what I look like in the Zoom. So
Okay.
it's flat. It fits either in a credit card slot or just really thin in your pocket. I tested it. We went to go visit my mother-in-law recently, and I'm totally fine with peeing on the side of the road kind of girl. That's me. But it was pouring rain. And so I did my very first pee in a public bathroom since COVID, and I touched nothing with this thing. It worked.
So now I'm interested. I want to purchase like 500 of those. And I'll go through our presentation, but not only for us, but we have some great resorts and properties that are drivable right now, such as our hotel Henderson in Destin, Florida, which again, they're in the same position we are, and they're just setting absolute record revenue increases year over year. Again, you're on the beach and, in this beautiful setting where the sand's absolutely like baking powder. If everyone's ready, I'm going to take you on a tour of Salamander Resorts. This is Miss Johnson here, and this is another great accolade for Miss Johnson. She's the first African-American hotel owner to receive Forbes 5-star ever. Which is a big tribute to her and her efforts and everything. So I'm going to take you to the Salamander collection, and we're going to speak of 5 properties. The Salamander Resort and Spa, which she owns. She is located about 5 miles from here, her personal farm. The Innisbrook Resort, which is where the Valspar tournament is held. She owns that property as well. And then the Henderson in Florida, Half Moon in Jamaica, and the Hotel Bennett in South Carolina. Those 3 are under management agreements. So my lovely property, located 2 hours north of you, we sit on 340 acres, and we have 168 guest rooms. When I joined the property, I did some research. We're the only equestrian resort of its kind on the East Coast, and also located within 30 minutes of an international airport. So easy access. And then even the Leesburg Executive Airport, that allows us to bring in extremely high profile, wealthy individuals on their private jets. The following is a diagram of the estate. And as you can see, lots of rolling lands, a lot of activities. The main buildings are on the left. The arrival area, as you can see, is in the center. And then the far right is pretty much our meeting space, which allows us to do weddings, but not impose on our guests that are just here to relax. Welcome to my living room. This is the arrival area. True story. What is really great, Miss Johnson wanted this estate to feel as if it had been here for decades. So underneath the wooden floors are bent metal, plastic bottles, and coins. So the floors creak as you walk throughout the estate. And keep in mind, we're only 7 years old. But when you walk into it, you feel like you're in your wealthy uncle's estate home. This is my back lawn. The property, of the 168 guest rooms, every room has a balcony or a terrace. Every room starts at 545 square feet. and 70% of the guest rooms have working gas fireplaces. This is a standard king. All, as you can see, the French doors, very, very spacious. And Miss Johnson wanted the property to feel very much like a home. So it's subtle. It's truly has like a residential feel to the entire property. We have 16 suites, 3 different sizes, from a dressage to a blue ribbon to a Grand Prix, and those all have fireplaces and they connect to additional estate king rooms. And this is our owner suite, which is beautiful. It's over 1,500 square feet and it actually has some of Miss Johnson's furnishings. This is a standard bathroom. Again, Miss Johnson put the thought behind the property when she was building it, but she really wanted to feel like this was your home bathroom. In the showers are actual shelving, so all your product and linens are in the shower with you. You don't have to go across the bathroom to get a towel, which I think we all know is very frustrating at times. We have incredible dining on property, from Harriman's, our Piedmont Grill, services elegant dinners and daily breakfast. The cooking studio is more for private groups and families right now. Prior to COVID, we did demonstrations and cooking participatory classes. We hope to have that back next year. Gold Cup is a great wine bar, serves our light fare for lunch and dinner daily. And then not too far from us, we have the Market Salamander that does all of our catering for if a couple wants to go out and do wine tasting. We create baskets and have that all available. They pick it up at the market and go out. We're even doing Thanksgiving dinners that you can pick up and take home to your family out of the market. This is Harriman's. This is our fine dining restaurant. Very spacious, and as you'll see, there's a theme of equestrian throughout. The other great thing about our property, we have so many outdoor venues, terraces and patios, that we truly allow for social distancing. Each one of our property has a spa. Our spa here in Middleburg is 23,000 square feet, 14 treatment rooms. And we have put in place the COVID distancing situation. So we're just working with 60-minute massages, and the only treatments that we are not doing right now is hair and makeup because of close proximity to the face. But I learned that this will probably be lifted in the state of Virginia before the holidays. So please keep your fingers crossed. 3 swimming pools. This is our spa pool dedicated to our spa guests. And then activities. We have everything but a beach here. Real big focus on equestrian, from just introduction to horses to trail rides, even teaching people how to play polo. We have our own miniature horse known as Cupcake, and we do birthday celebrations where Cupcake will actually come up and wake your child on their birthday in their guest room. Yes, she wears a diaper, so she's pretty good at peeing alongside the road too. So Marlena, we don't need any of we have diapers for her, but thank you. Zip lining, axe throwing, archery, fishing, wine tours. As Rochelle said, there are 50 vineyards surrounding the property, 2 within a mile, and some of them we can meet everybody's category. Green Hill is a very respectful price wine, and then we have Boxwood, moderate, and then RDV, which is very expensive. So we can meet any one of your clients' taste and knowledge of wines. We're going to move to Jamaica. This is our newest management agreement, a little over a year. They are having some difficulties because of COVID and the restrictions domestically flying into international, so to speak. But as you'll see, this property is just wonderful. The family that owns it have owned it for over 75 years and actually are based and live in Maryland. So we get to see them often. They'll actually be attending the film festival this weekend. But the newest addition to the property is the Eclipse, which you see in the middle of the screen. But they have so much beach access. It's unbelievable. And we'll go through this. Let's see here. So 2 miles of private beach just for this resort alone. It is one of the largest resorts. The accommodations really fall into 3 categories: the Founder's Cove, Eclipse, which is the newest, and then the Rose property. This is the Great House lobby. This is where you would register. This is the newest portion. Unfortunately, they opened in January and then immediately had to close. But they are very anxious to start sharing this new addition, so to speak. And I have a couple pictures here of the ocean room. This is their double room with ocean view. The bathrooms, again, Miss Johnson has been down there and said are absolutely exquisite. And then they also have your condos and 1, 2, 3, 4 bedroom options available. The Founder's Cove, this is one of the older portions of the estate and of the resort. But again, their attention to detail, the owners, is constantly money being put back into the property, which is one reason why we really kind of were anxious to have them part of our portfolio. Beautiful rooms. And, you know, again, I feel for them because they are taking a very, very strong hit right now, and they keep trying to get open. This is one for your larger families, these villas. So what's nice about this property, we go anything from standard rooms to the Eclipse, which are large suite options, several rooms connecting to these villas. And they're just stunning. And this is all on the private beaches of Half Moon. These are, I mean, it's just phenomenal. The dining options that they have, and I can send this to everybody, but the Sugar Mill, I have a couple pictures here. The Sea Grape Terrace, I understand, is just phenomenal. They've done a lot of enhancements to the dining outlets when they did the renovation and the addition of the Eclipse. But the property offers so many options in a great place. Outdoor dining, they said, this is Sugar Mill, is just exquisite. And the temperature is just, well, it's Jamaica. The Fern Tree Spa, that's the other thing that Miss Johnson looks at when she acquires a property is, you know, the amenities and the services that the facilities offer. And she absolutely fell in love with Half Moon Spa. In addition to the equestrian center, and this one is really fun. If you haven't done it, I did it once myself with Chincoteague horses, but they have the ability to swim with the horses, which is another really unique opportunity, especially for those that want to do an adventure. And then all these properties have such great destinations that there is shopping everywhere. There are little markets, town centers, and then your typical activities. All of us have many pools on property, the tennis, your basic amenities. But I like to point out, such as the horse swimming and some of the markets. Now we're going to come back to the States to Hotel Bennett. Hotel Bennett is a new build. It's the first time that a new luxury hotel has been built in Charleston in over 40 years. It is located right off of Marion Square, so it is in the heart of Charleston. It sits right where the old library does, beside the Citadel. And then this is the main lobby area called the Rotunda. And what is great about this property is it's privately owned by Mr. Bennett, who literally owns a good portion of the street that the hotel sits on. So this is like a family legacy that he has just created. And he's pulled a lot of the elements of Charleston into the hotel. And even with Miss Johnson's direction and working together, when we finally opened this up, you can see little similarities between our property and this property. You know, the warm residential feel throughout, the large bathrooms with the white marble, same type of setup in the showers with the shelving. But this is a great addition to the Charleston collection of luxury properties, and actually outperforming than most of those that are already there. The suite product is exceptional, and we all have an owner suite and then some of our signature suites. This presidential suite and the owner suite has the most incredible views and private patios, terraces. One of my favorite hotels. Dining, incredible food. Gabrielle is just, if you want to have a meal that you remember in Charleston, this is one of the venues to go to. Just exquisite dining, very relaxed atmosphere, nothing ostentatious. Now, when you come into Camellia's, this has such a great feel to it. What Mr. Bennett has done is pulled, when they demolished the old library, they found this pink marble throughout the library and they saved it. And this is in, like, not in memory, but to celebrate his mother. So they created this oval type bar, and they have literally captured not the happy hour, but the hour where the women come to have champagne every evening. I tried to get a bartender job, but they wouldn't let me. But it is like the talk of the town, this pink marble and champagne every night. I think they have something like 20 different bottles or types of champagne. It is really something special. This is this is their rooftop. And then just kind of a little bit about where they're at, two-tiered terrace dining. They have a rooftop pool, which is stunning. They have the spa, very similar to ours. And then the activities, here's the rooftop bar or the pool. And then to the upper left is the bar that you had seen briefly that opens up onto the pool terrace. And of course, the area attractions, the Magnolia Plantation, which isn't too far. Really, right being on the market, they have the market square. So great shopping, great food outside of the hotel. So it really offers another true destination, but more of a city feel. The Henderson, moving down to Destin, Florida, the Henderson family owns this property, and you fly into Destin. It's right on the water, and it's probably about, I think it's like 20 minutes from the Destin airport, and a little bit further from Panama City. And as you can see, they have a huge facility with a lot of pools on property. The property sits very much in a preserve, so there is nothing being built on one side of it. And then there's homes across the street, and then up the beach is another preserve. So the property sits all by itself in this elegant area on this white sandy beach. This is taking a look aerial view from the beach. Their main living room And again, Ms. Johnson was adamant that each property has very much the same feel and focus. So none of our properties really have a lobby. It's all the living room area, which she loves to refer to. That living room area flows out into this terrace. And I'll tell you, I have not been there for a sunset, but my colleague sends me photos probably once a week of the sunsets in Destin, and they are just the prettiest thing you ever want to see. Room's a little bit different, more traditional than what we have here at Salamander or the Hotel Bennett, but still extremely spacious. Same with the bathrooms and the guest rooms. Large suites, variety of suites, the ability to connect with kings and double doubles. And then the Henderson has incredible dining as well, which pretty much we all do. Primrose is phenomenal. Horizons, which you get some of the best sunsets. Sea level is basically by your pool. The cafe to really kind of cater towards the children, and then the cantina. Cantina is really kind of like a grab and go. Primrose, Horizons, just very warm. They sit on 200 acres, about 170 rooms, 8 suites, and their spa has around 11 treatment rooms. Great activities. This is the lazy river that guests have access to. And then, as I mentioned, for the beaches, if you have not been to Destin, Florida, or in the Panhandle, that the beach is like that type of sand that you step on, it goes, I mean, it's like baking soda. And then that photo is not touched. The waters are true, like that aqua type color. I mean, they're just brilliant. They have golf very close to them, as most of these properties do. We have a golf course here at Salamander, 15 minutes away from us. This golf club is 10 to 15 minutes from the Henderson. And of course, you have great fishing. Innsbrook, this is the other property that Miss Johnson owns. When she was building the Salamander Resort and Spa in Middleburg, she acquired Innsbrook because they had fallen into financial straits, and basically she purchased it. So she had another property that she had owned. What is amazing with this property is the golf. It is right outside of Tampa, not too far from the airport. But this is where the Valspar golf tournament is held in May. And this is where Tiger Woods made his comeback about 2.5 years ago. So she's very close with Tiger and has really put this on the map. This property has gone through a large transformation lately. About 240 of their units. It's kind of like an ownership and a rent back. But the 240 of the units have actually been completely renovated. And then unfortunately, everything with COVID, it kind of give them a little bit of a challenge. But they have incredible golf, some of the best golf I've ever played on. This is the new product, and which is wonderful for any families or golf groups that are looking to travel. As you can see, very spacious room. This is 2 queens. You have your kings. This is one of their suites, and majority of the rooms actually have a full kitchenette or kitchen. So for those long stays, the product has turned out really nicely with the renovation. Great dining outlets. They have an incredible steakhouse that I had the privilege of enjoying when I was there for Valspar. The grill and bar, Turnberry Pub, the market. And a lot of these have access, as you can see, doors open up. Being in Florida, you have that year-round opportunity to just really enjoy the outside. So all of our properties really, at this point during COVID, give that social distancing and that outdoor opportunity to get away from everybody. They have a great spot too. It's a little bit further down the road because this, if I'm not mistaken, I think this property sits on like 1,000 acres, all the golf and the units. That's Miss Johnson right there. So there's 4 golf courses. Copperhead, which is where the tournament is played. And then the North course. So there's a great variety for them. And then that is also close to Clearwater Beach. So it's not just all about golf. There are alternatives and options for them. And I'm done.
Thanks, Doug.
That's a lot of talking, a lot of properties. Yeah, I know my colleague Bobby Sweet, who is our vice president of leisure, was unable to attend. He lost all of his team, so he has been really trying to manage all of the partnerships and the consortias. So I offered to step in, and Rochelle said I was better looking, so I thought I'd come in and just you know, speak to our properties. If there are any questions, you can feel free to answer or ask or send me emails, and I can get you more information on the other properties. Definitely would love to have the opportunity to have any of your clients or even you come up and visit. As I mentioned to Rochelle, anytime but a weekend, if you have the opportunity to get away on a Sunday, Monday, we would definitely love to have you. I keep begging Julie, but she I guess busy with kids at home. I don't know.
I'm gonna come and do what did you call it? A schoolcation.
Schoolcation.
I'm coming on Monday. Get ready for me.
But it's important that we share what we have for those easy escapes, and if you have a client, just all I ask is send me an email that you booked so we can do a nice little welcome note from both of us and make that client see the partnership that we have. But I want to thank you all for your time. I know it was a little bit longer, but I'm in sales, so I love to talk.
Well, we can't hear you, Rochelle. Can you hear me, Doug?
Yes.
It looks like Sue is wondering if there are heated pools and any special holiday events.
So heated pools, yes. We here at our property, our spa pool is heated and open all year round. Our splash pool closed literally last weekend, and then we have an indoor pool for lap swimming that is heated as well. Our holiday events, we are doing breakfast with Santa. We're still trying to figure out the COVID set for that. You know, do we put Santa in a bubble, or how do we work that? But we plan on moving forward with our holiday Thanksgiving, breakfast with Santa, Christmas tree lighting. I know that the Middleburg, the Parade of Hounds did cancel, only because that traditionally generates 10,000 people for the first weekend. But everything else, we plan to move forward, just maybe not the same volume as we have done, but we definitely plan to have a lot of things. We're finishing our program in the next couple of weeks, and it should be live on the website.
I've got a question. How do you handle, so a client's going to arrive to a sparkling clean room. How do you handle cleaning after that? Is it based on the client's demands, or how's the resort handling that with COVID?
So that's just it. We give the client the option to either allow us to clean when they're not in the room, or allow us to clean after they leave. Same thing, like room service, we'll deliver it to the door. If the client would like, we will bring it in, and it's completely up to that client's discretion as to how we we maneuver, so to speak. Some clients will say, just leave it at the door. We ask upon making the in-room dining reservation complete. And it's been very, very successful. We do not valet cars, only because, but if you take your car down to the parking lot, then we have a golf cart that will come down, meet you, and bring you up. We will ask if they would like us to assist with the luggage. Majority of the people don't, but we provide the bell cart and we will assist them to the front desk and then show them to their guest rooms. So we really allow our guests to lead us in how they want to be handled or treated. Thank you all very, very much, and be safe, be well, and come visit us.